Pedophile Islands, a new reality show on TLC that you must watch, and a Hollywood actor crashed a Don Jr. event. I'm AlexClark, and this is Poplitics. Yesterday, Project Veritas released a video from ABC News anchor Amy Robach admitting that the news network knew years ago about the pedophile ring billionaire Jeffrey Epstein was running, but purposefully did not report on it because the facts implicated Bill Clinton, Alan Dershowitz, Prince Andrew, and more. Watch a clip of this incredible footage.
I've had the story for 3 years. I've had this interview with Virginia Roberts. We would not put it on the air. First of all, I was told, who's Jeffrey Epstein? No one knows who that is. This is a stupid story. Then the palace found out that we had her whole allegations about Prince Andrew and threatened us a million different ways. It was unbelievable what we had. Clinton, we had everything.
Amy Robach has since came out and said that she said all of this in a private moment of frustration.
Sure, Jan.
The only thing more disappointing than ABC's cover-up as a whole is your refusal to own what you said and stand up to these pedophile elites, Amy. You could have been a hero, and instead you wilted like a cheap prom corsage. What a spineless ghoul you are. What does it say about you to only be brave when you think no one is listening, and to hide when everyone is? For some of you, this is probably a side of me that you haven't seen before, but when it comes to our children and these elite pedophile rings being ran all over our country, in your neighborhoods, and yes, I'm saying yours, sometimes it takes having some uncomfortable conversation to make people wake up. You should follow my friend and Turning Point USA's friend Jaco Boyens, who's dedicated his whole life to rescuing victims of human trafficking and educating people on how it happens and how to protect your kids. He just launched his new podcast that you should subscribe to, and he will tell you that kids are being sold and trafficked in every single city, in every single neighborhood, and even in college dorms. It's happening in poor places, and it's happening in gated communities. It's happening to toddlers and teenagers, to boys and girls. And ABC News cared more about getting Hillary elected in 2016, which is why they sat on this story during the election, because they knew that it would make her look bad. Instead of reporting on Jeffrey Epstein, they cared more about not offending the royal palace so they could talk to William and Kate whenever they wanted. So they didn't talk about Prince Andrew's close relationship with Epstein. They didn't want to spill the beans on Clinton, but thank God they smeared the Covington Catholic kids. ABC cared more about ruining the lives of teenagers wearing MAGA hats than they cared about kids being flown to a secret island to be raped day and night by grown men. ABC claims that the reason they didn't run this story sooner is because they didn't have substantial evidence, which is a bold lie. They had no problem running with the Kavanaugh circus and reporting on completely made-up stories that actually had no witnesses, evidence, or corroboration. So what happened? One story you can't report on because you don't have enough facts or evidence, but then another one you can report on even though you don't have any facts or evidence? Never forget that they prioritized hating Trump and conservatives more than saving the lives of children. P.S. Disney has owned ABC since 1996. Oh, and PSS, this is the same network that lately has been promoting tons of stories about child drag queens.
The funny thing is people are like, man, this is gonna be harmful for your career. I said,
did you worry about that?
Man, I fear and love God.
A brand new show premiered on TLC last night that makes the show 19 Kids and Counting look like the Kardashians.
And?
It's called Welcome to Plathville and follows a family with 9 kids who raise them almost totally without technology or really anything in rural South Georgia. Their 21-year-old son, Ethan, just got married, and his wife, bless her heart, now has to show him everything. And I mean that literally.
We have limited technology. We have limited computers. They don't play video games.
We've never had any carbonated sodas around. They know what a Coke is, but they don't know what a Coke is. Can you believe that? That is so off the wall.
This is my first Coke. That's really good.
This family is going to have more drama than all the Real Housewives franchises combined, and I am not missing an episode ever.
Why don't you have a piece of bread and maybe you'll calm down a little?
And finally, Supernatural actor Misha Collins posted a picture of himself on Facebook at Donald Trump Jr.'s book signing for his new book, Triggered. He said, "Talk about a supernatural sighting. I was on my way to see The Lion King with the kids in Manhattan and happened upon Lucifer's son doing a book signing." Misha Collins supported Hillary Clinton and cried when she lost in 2016. Don Jr. is Lucifer's son. What does that make Hillary? The devil's nana? Speaking of Don Jr., he was asked who his favorite Democrat was, and he said Mitt Romney.
Not payback, 'cause a bad baby, I'm the baddest, you with a savage.
Tomorrow at 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific, more of the top pop culture news without the leftist propaganda. I'm AlexClark, and this is Poplitics. Don't forget to subscribe to Turning Point USA's YouTube channel and ring the bell for notifications so that you never miss an episode.